Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We're gathered here today at the janazah of another young brother of ours who we've lost in a very unfortunate way. A murder has taken place, and it's very sad to see one of our brothers go in such a way. There's a few messages I want to just leave the community with. Three messages, in fact. The first message is to those parents, to those family members out there who have youth living amongst them, who have sons, who have daughters, who are living a life in such a way. You have the biggest responsibility, because on the Day of Judgment we will be asked about our ri'ayah and our flock. You have the biggest responsibility to learn how to disarm your children, to talk to your children, to recognize that your children are on the wrong path, and to bring them back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to bring them back to sanity, because unfortunately what we're seeing outside is complete insanity, and you will be asked about your flock. And Allah tells us in the Quran, "Qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara," save yourself and your family from the fire of hell. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all, first of all, the ability to do this. The second message is to those youngsters out there on the streets. If you're listening to this message, I'm the Imam of this mosque. If you're listening to this message and you have frustrations, you're living in darkness, and the darkness keeps growing and growing and growing, and you get deeper and deeper and deeper, you should always remember, La taqnatu min rahmatillah. Do not fear, do not despair of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's always a way out, there's always a time to change. If anyone tells you that there's no time for change, if anyone tells you there's complete hopelessness and there's despair and there's only despairing, then that can only be the devil and the shaitan. There's always time to change, and there's always time to come back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't vent your frustrations in the ways that brothers are venting out there and getting other people murdered, getting other people stabbed, getting other people shot, and getting into these petty arguments that have no weight whatsoever. Come back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, come back to the masjid, come and talk to me, come and talk to the other imams here at this masjid, and vent out your frustrations to us, inshallah, and we will do the best we can. And the third thing, the message I want to leave with everybody here today is that Ghamkol Sharif masjid is working directly with the authorities, is working directly with the police, and all of us together are going to work to make sure, inshallah azza wa jal, that our community is much more safer, our people are more safer, and that we can protect ourselves from such evil atrocities that are taking place in our streets, on our roads, in between our mothers and our sisters. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And I'll just leave you with this one message as well. We now have a new youth facility here at Central Jami Mosque Ghamkol Sharif, across the road in our education centres. It's a very safe space and an environment. Come and see us, come and see our youth facility, and find a safe place, not on the streets, but in safe environments like our education centre, or more especially like our mosque. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum.